All right, so in this video, we're going to finish up the 1.1b nodes page, going over the union and the intersection of intervals, okay? So if you need more understanding of what's in, what the union is, what an intersection is, in the previous parts of these notes, we defined what unions were, we defined what intersections were, and we did those of sets. You know, we had sets and that were given in set notation, not interval notation, okay? So just to kind of a review, union is of two intervals, contains all the numbers in either interval or that are in both, okay? The intersection, if you'll recall, only contain the numbers that are in both intervals, okay? It's a little bit easier when you're dealing with set notation to deal with the unions and intersections. A little bit more complicated, but not much so when you're dealing with intervals, okay? So first off, we want to find the union of these two intervals, all right? So the union means anything that is in either interval or that are in both intervals, okay? So this interval starts just to the right of 8. Notice the parentheses here. It means 8's not a part of this interval, but that's the starting point for the interval. So 8.00000001 would be in the interval, but 8 is not, okay? This interval goes all the way up to 12, including 12, and that's where it stops, okay? This interval starts at 11, even though 11 is not included. If you think about it on a number line, there would be an open circle over the 11, and we're going to 14, okay? But it does not include 14, okay? So the smallest number, if you look at both these intervals, the smallest number is 8. So that's going to be our starting point, okay? There is overlap here, which is important. This interval goes to 12. This interval starts at 11, so there is some overlap here. So we're not going to have a gap in our union. So we're going from 8, okay? And then the highest number over here is 14. So we're starting at 8, but not including 8. And we're going all the way up to 14, and we're not including 14, okay? So our answer, our union for these two sets is the interval from 8 to 14. It's an open interval. It doesn't include 8. It doesn't include 14, okay? So we would plot that on a number line. A, our smaller number, would be 8 to 14. Open circles over both, okay, because neither 8 nor 14 are a part of this union or are a part of that interval, okay? The intersection of those same two intervals, okay, remember the intersection, the values have to be in both intervals, okay? So if you'll think about it, the overlap of these two starts at 11, okay? But 11's not included here, so it can't be considered to be in both. So 11's going to be our starting point. The largest number here is 12. 12 is obviously a part of this union, okay? 12 is a part of both unions. So in our interval, our answer is going to be starting at 11 and going to 12, including 11, but not including 12, okay? Pause that, think about it if you need to. A little bit more complicated, like I said, than the sets we worked with earlier, okay? So plotting that on a number line, open circle over 11 here, A would be 11. Closed circle over 12. 11's not included. 12 is, okay? So that's how you do the union and the intersection of two intervals.